I do love dogs. I'm
Yeah.
very fond of dogs. It just makes such a big difference to your life. It gets me out walking.
Yeah, around the Malvern Hills.
Yeah, all over the place, woods and forests, and because it took me a year to get over his death, really, because I was a bit soppy about dogs, and it was a year before I could get another one, and in that year I walked nowhere.
Really?
No. Every time I need a pint of milk, and I get in the car.
Yeah.
Whereas I've got another dog now, and I'm out for a good 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's good, keeps the weight off, keeps you positive, stops you getting depressed. It's great to get out.
Yeah. What kind of dog you got now?
He's a hound. He's a big old hound. I got him from Bulgaria. He's a rescue dog.
Oh wow.
Beautiful. He's only he's 20 months now.
Yeah.
I got him when he was 6 months. He was a nightmare last winter, pulling me all over the place.
Yeah.
But no, he's a lovely boy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And how long have you been playing music then?
Well, if I tell you that when I started playing guitar, amplifiers ran on coal, you'll have a pretty good idea. I actually, I did piano as a kid. Right. My dad was a good pianist, and so I said I wanted to play piano. But they wouldn't teach me anything I wanted to learn.
Right.
I was being forced to play Beethoven, and I wanted to be Russ Conway. So I didn't practice, and I gave that up when I was about 12. And I took up the guitar when I was 14.
Right.
So I'm 62 now, so you can do the maths. But it's a long time.
Yeah.
Sadly, there are kids of 18 and 19 in Malvern at the moment that can play far better than I do, who've been playing for a year.
Yeah.
But I love it.
What is it about Malvern? Because there's so many kind of good artists in Malvern.
Yeah. But I think the area generally, I mean, it's been very encouraging to see, the level of talent, particularly youngsters, what I call youngsters. Yeah. They probably wouldn't like that description, but anybody under the age of 25 is a youngster to me. Yeah. But the thing is, not only are they good, but they're prepared to put the legwork into actually learning. There are some great musicians that can, compose, but they can also read, which is something that I can't do. I've learned everything by ear and nicking bits off other people, like most guitarists. But there are some tremendous players, really, and Worcester as well, of course.
Has that been a hindrance, not being able to read music, if they call?
I haven't found it to be so, because there's nothing that I've wanted to learn that needed it. But nevertheless, I'm conscious of the fact that me not reading is down to laziness. It's not a deliberate choice. Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that I was, I can't take any credit for having a reasonably good ear. I think you get that. Yeah. My dad and my nan and my grandfather, they were all good at, my nan was the first one. She didn't play any instrument, but she showed me how to play one-note versions of things on the piano when I was 6, 7, 8. But I think the other thing is just really loving music, so much. So I started off playing, when I got about 3 chords under my fingers, joining a band and playing rhythm electric guitar, which I did. But then when I went to college, somebody introduced me to folk music, and which at the time I didn't like very much, because I didn't think I was into Tamla Motown and soul and Stax and The Who and really energy music. But then somebody lent me an LP by a bloke called John Renbourn, who's a fingerstyle guitarist, who was just knocked my socks off. And I can't play anything of his; it's far too complex for me. But I just loved the sound of a tinkly acoustic guitar. And so I sold my electric guitar and took up acoustic. And the rest is history, or should have been. But no, I'm still going.
Have you always lived in Malvern?
No.
No.
No, I can probably tell from the accent.
Yes.
No, I was brought up in what was Essex, which is now East London, effectively.
Right.
And I was born in Billericay Dickey.
Yeah.
And then Laneville and then Hornchurch in Essex. And when I was early 20s, I went to India, and I was out there for a while. And then when I came back, got married, and my job then started taking me around the country, and I went all round but I was in retail. I used
Right.
to be one of these regional managers for these big DIY companies.
Right.
And my final posting was the Midlands. I was responsible for all the stores in the North and the Midlands and Wales.
Well,
And I just sort of put a pin in the map and came to Malvern.
Yeah.
So that was 1988.
yeah.
So I still feel like I'm on holiday. Because, you know, where I was born, you could stand, even given my lack of height, you could stand on a matchbox and see for miles.
Yeah.
But Malvern, of course, is just, it's wonderful. I haven't been away on a holiday for 7 years now.
Really.
But I can't see the point. I've just got everything I love around here. You know, within 30 minutes,
Yeah.
30 minutes drive, the only thing you haven't got is a beach.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I'm not a big beach person.
No.
I love woods and rolling hills and rivers, and
Yeah.
it's wonderful. I just, you know, thank my lucky stars every day,
Yeah.
which sounds really sickening, but I mean it.
Yeah. Have you got a favourite place you like to play?
That I like to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not one.
No.
There are several. There's a nice bunch of people out at the retreat at Ledbury.
Mm.
There's a few places in Malvern. There's the Morgan, they're all pubs, you'll
Yeah.
notice. The Great Malvern Hotel. Yeah, there are a number of places.
Yeah.
There's also a very nice place just over the borders in Nuckless, near
Right.
Knighton, called the Crown, which has a monthly session where everybody comes on the train down from Leinster.
Oh wow.
And so they get about 70, 80 people there.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. The thing is that I like is variety,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they'll put up with heretics like me. You know, although I do a few folk numbers, my main real love still is pop music.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm a big fan of people like Sting, Paul Simon, Beatles, James Taylor from my era,
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell. I just like really melodic, and Donovan. Donovan was a big influence on my guitar playing. I just like beautiful melodies, nice harmonies, and increasingly these days more classical stuff. Not that I can play it,
No.
but I spend most of my iTunes playlist is mainly Vaughan Williams, Debussy, and Ravel. Beautiful sweeping chord progressions,
Yeah. Yeah.
lovely music.
Nice when you're walking around the Malverns.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it would be. I don't actually listen to music when I'm walking.
No.
I prefer to be listening to what's going on. And my dog also seems to know if I put any headphones on, he can do as he likes. I need to watch him.
Yeah. Have you ever recorded an album?
No, I've got at least 5 or 6 albums worth.
Yeah.
I did start a couple of years ago with some very talented musicians. So I've got the basics there, but I'm afraid I'm one of these people that, it's never quite right.
Yeah.
I think possibly growing up listening to the Beatles was it was a blessing, but also a curse, because people of my generation, you did not do anything that sounded like anybody else. And I've still got that. I still try and do something that's different. And if I listen back and I think, it sounds like such and such and such and such. But I mean, there's a lot of people have asked me, they said, well, just do, just you and a guitar. But I've spent thousands on orchestral software and all these fancy things,
Yeah.
But the trouble is, in some ways, as I say, it's a double-edged sword. The more you've got available, the harder it is to know what is the right treatment for, Because you think, if I've written a song, I want anybody to hear it the best it can possibly be.
Yeah.
And I do it, and I think, it sounds all right. Bored with it now. What would it sound like if I put a cello on that? I keep going round and round and round. And also, because, the only people I think that would buy anything I put out are friends that I would give a copy to anyway.
Yeah.
I think, I might just plug a microphone in at home, put it on my computer for posterity, and I can always play around with it.
Okay, time for another one?
Yeah, I'll do another one of mine, but this is a song. This is called Summer Lightning.